Now, Friday Night Blitz on KEZI 9 News.
You know there's nothing quite like a Friday Night Lights without being on the Friday Night Blitz. Welcome back in for another week of jam-packed action. I'm Brett Taylor. Olivia Cleary, who would normally be to my left, she will join us shortly from Corvallis, where madness is ensuing in Reser Stadium. But first, let's talk about some high school ball, starting with potentially the biggest game in the state, not because of the rankings, but because of the storylines in it. A reunion of sorts at Willamette High School as head coach Josh Line for the Wolverines faces off against the Sheldon Irish for the first time since stepping down as their head coach. A lot on the line for both teams, but in the first quarter, all Wolverines. Zuzi Alawanya, are those jet boosters on his legs? I think so. 24 yards down to the 1 yard line in the next play. Watch out. Big man Tony Cumberland coming into down, given the gift of 6 points on the board. The Wolverine faithful loving it. Next Willamette drive. Alawanyan, left, right, or straight up the middle. He's going to find a way into the end zone. The Wolverines putting a shutout on the Irish where mistakes would spell their doom. Fumble, ball is on the ground, and who comes up with it? Former Sheldon Irish safety Braden Reyes. That's who. Wolverines take on over minutes later. Alawanyan, night-night. Willamette with a statement win. They take this one 29-7, the final. Roseburg making the long trip up I-5 to take on the Thurston Colts of 5A. We're going to start things in the third quarter. Colts up 19-7. Caden Moon looking deep. Let it fly. It's McLean. Stedman comes down with it in the end zone. Nice grab. Now it's 19-14. Colts still on top, but the Indians making a push later in the third. That's Emmett DeStefano escaping pressure. Nowhere to go. Intercepted. Paxton Burke and Roseburg gained some momentum, but on the very next play, it's Moon under pressure and gives it right back. Justin Fisher, pick six, take it on back to the house at this point. Fisher all the way back to the back of the end zone. Thurston defends home field as they get the win, 26-14, the final. From Springfield to North Eugene, Highlanders, Millers, North Eugene off to a 3-1 start in. Here's two good reasons why. Day Ireland to Soldier Pescolito. How many times have we already said that connection this season? Guess what? There's going to be plenty more to come. The Highlanders take a 14-7 lead, but here comes Noah Solo and the Millers. Straight up the gut, the senior. Too strong to bring down. Miller still down by one after the missed extra point. Could prove costly. And here's why. Ireland to Josiah Corsini on the screen. And watch out, folks. Corsini full steam ahead, breaking through tackles and keeping the legs churning all the way into the end zone. But how about the Millers and Kamani James? Never giving up. The extra effort propelled Springfield to their first win of the season. The final, 35-34, Millers. Going from North Eugene to South Eugene, Axe off to an 0-3 start. Still looking for their first win of the season. Taking on Crescent Valley, the Raiders. Other plans on the E-League. Carlos Ochoa taking it in from 4 yards out. Crescent Valley running up the score before halftime, leading 29-zip. But coming out of it, the Axe finding some life on defense. Ryan Williams to Sterling Holland for the first down. But Ashland Turnbull taking the fist to a punching bag, pops the ball out. South Eugene takes on over. And then moments later, Rocco Higbee to the end zone unscathed. A nice moment for the Axe, but Crescent Valley still wins this one easily, the final 36-8. How about a little Thursday night action? Taking a trip back into the past, back in beautiful Corvallis for a battle of the then 2-1s between the Spartans and the Lebanon Warriors. First quarter, that's Bryson Edwards, the senior QB, with a keeper navigating his way through traffic like he's done 1,000 times. Warriors get on the board first, but you know, 7's never enough. Spartans pinned down deep in their own territory. That's Elijah Lundeen. Up, and away it goes to the other team. Rowan Jones, pick six, 25 yards to the back of the house and bringing a couple of Spartans with him along the way. And Lebanon is rolling. Fast forward to the second, first and goal. That's Jack Whitaker. Walk-in touchdown, easy as pie. Warriors win this game 34-13, the final. Let's head on over now to Cottage Grove High School, where the Lions find themselves facing the Billies from Pleasant Hill. Very emotional moment, though, before the start of the game, with a moment of silence for Easton Bounds. That's Stephen Brown's little brother, the quarterback for PH, who tragically passed away in a car crash first quarter after the nice punt. Lions back at the 1 yard line. Stalwart defense from P Hill as they get the safety a little bit later in the quarter. Billy's driving. That's number 11. It's Bounds. Hands it off to number 13, Kai Davis, and he muscles his way in for the Billies. Touchdown. Cottage Grove makes this one interesting, but the Billies sneak away with the dub in a close one, 20-18, a battle of the best. Now to Junction City. Tigers taking on Hidden Valley all the way from Grants Pass. Long trip up I-5 if you've ever made that trip. Very first play from scrimmage. Statson Barnes finds the crease, makes a man miss, and takes it all the way home. First play of the game. You can't make this stuff up, folks. 65 yards to the house. Junction City rolling. Very next drive, Barnes. I don't know if I'm seeing this again. No, it's not deja vu. It's another Barnes score all the way. Just look at the vision and the speed. Leaves him virtually untouched until he crosses the goal line for the second time in the night. Barnes does it yet again. 3 touchdowns on the evening before the quarter ends, and that will do it. Junction City picks up their second win of the season, 38-6, the final. How about the game of the week? Coquille visiting Phoenix, first quarter. Red Devils deep in their own territory. Noah Beaudry loses the ball and recovers it in the end zone. That's a safety, folks. And then moving on to the second quarter, Landon Hudson on the jet sweep gets to the corner on the crease, and Phoenix all of a sudden finds itself up 15-0 over Coquille. Fast forward to the third quarter, Travis Freeman on his way to the end zone, but fumble. Picked up by Jordan Ambies, breaks a tackle, and oh my Lord, he's off to the races. 95 yards from pay to dirt. Phoenix shuts out Coquille, the final 32-zip Pirates. Next, let's take a trip on over to the home of the Dogs. Cresswell taking on the Willamina Bulldogs. The Battle of the Bulldogs. This one, though, all Cresswell. Up 50-zip heading into halftime. And then in the second half, Chase Carson, the backup, gets the snap and tosses it to number 18. That's Gavin Crowell, who strolls it in for 6, making it 56-0. Bulldogs move on to 500 in the season at 2-2 as Cresswell takes the dub, 56-6. All right, down in 2A, Lowell playing host to the Toledo Boomers, first quarter. Ben Thurman, how many times have we heard a Thurman name for the Red Devils? That's why they're good. Weaves his way through the defense, gets free, just one man to beat, and he will not go down all the way to the house. Lowell strikes first, and in the next possession, it's Carter Harris. Keeps it all to himself. Didn't like the left. Let's go Ryson. Oh my goodness. Following his blockers and finds the tutty. Lowell keeps the offense going as they win 54-18. Don't go anywhere, because when we come back, a live report from Research Stadium where the Beavers find themselves in a cat fight with Houston. Will the Cougs suffer their first loss? Will the Beavs pick up their first win? Find out when we come back.